So how is it going? Dank Division, Dank Dan here, and let's talk about even more leaks that are dropping from yet again the exact same guy. So in this, we're going to be leaking, returning perks, which also happen to have their description, ends up inevitably leaking some of the lethals as well as some of the tacticals, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the equipment that we will be seeing. So let's do this. So the first perk on our list is a classic, Focus. For those of you who don't know how Focus works, it's very simple. This is supposed to increase the hold breath time, especially when you're using a sniper or using a longer scope. This also reduces the sway and flinch when ADSing, which, whenever you're playing multiplayer or Hell, if they decide to add perks into Warzone 2, is going to come in handy, especially when someone is shooting at you, because those few shots, that little bit of flinch, can be the difference between you living and you dying. Now, this next perk leaks a shit ton of stuff for the tacticals. That, of course, being battle hardened. In other words, what it does is it makes tactical stuff have a reduced strength. What does that mean? It means reduced strength of enemy flash, enemy stun, yes, EMP effects as well, and immune to snapshot grenades. So all of those things I just listed are coming back. We all knew that the flash grenade was going to come back because it's been in almost every game. The stun grenade is back. EMP has kind of been MIA up until Vanguard decided to drop it into Warzone, but now that's back. And of course, snapshot grenades are once again coming back. Now, Restock. Restock has kind of been a fan favorite, one of those perks that a lot of people like to use in Warzone, specifically when they're running snapshot grenades, or you just really know how to cook a grenade. This, of course, recharges your equipment over 25 seconds. Oh, it gets better. To add on to it, you spawn with an extra lethal. That means you might have not one, but two grenades. Oh, and to top it all off, explosive damage will delay enemy healing. So, you see someone hide behind a corner, it's like, okay, fuck you, you're trying to hide. Grenade! Fun shit. Now this one is a classic. Ghost. For those of you who don't know how Ghost works, you are undetectable to UAVs, which means of course UAVs are coming back, radar drones are coming back, and heartbeat sensors. So yeah, all three of those things are coming back. God help us all. Now this is a perk that we loved to use in Warzone prior to them pretty much giving us free wall hacks for Warzone. That, of course, being amped. Being able to reload, use your equipment, and swap weapons faster. This pretty much became a key thing because you would often reload your weapon and then realize, oh shit, here comes someone around the corner, swap weapons, and start mowing them down. Now, next thing. EOD. Taking reduced damage from non-kill streaks. This includes explosives as well as fire. Now, here's yet another perk, Shrapnel. This allows you to spawn with an extra piece of lethal equipment, and explosive damage delays enemy health regeneration. Now, that begs the question, okay, Shrapnel sounds almost identical to Restock. The only difference is Restock allows you to recharge equipment over 25 seconds. So what's the point in Shrapnel and Restock existing? I'll leave that up to you. Then you have Double Time. Double Time doubles the duration of tactical sprint and increases crouch movement by 30%. Now, for those of you who like to sneak around like I do, this is going to come in handy. And for those of you who like to outflank and outmaneuver your teammates as well as your enemies, this perk is definitely for you. Next perk, self-explanatory, it's in the name, Extra Tactical. Spawn in with an Extra Tactical, which, when it comes to using snapshot grenades, flash grenades, stun grenades, EMPs, this can make things rather entertaining for you. Now, here's a perk that I seriously think is still underrated, and honestly, you're better off having at least one teammate running this, or if you find it on the ground in Warzone, pick it up, because it is going to save your life someday. High Alert. Your vision pulses when an enemy outside of your view sees you. So if a sniper just happens to be, ADSing at you, all of a sudden you're going to get this bright thing showing that, oh crap, they're aiming behind you. You take cover immediately. It's okay. They're there. Start to poke your head, not aiming in that direction, but just see, okay, yep, he's still there. and you can use that to your advantage to take cover and maneuver around, and quite possibly get the jump on this bastard. Next perk, Cold-Blooded. Yeah, Cold-Blooded is returning, in which case you are undetectable by AI targeting system and thermal optics. Now, this also means that it is a counter to High Alert, meaning you do not trigger the High Alert warning. Now, this one is yet another easy one, but wasn't really viable in Warzone, seeing as how you can't really use field upgrades at all times. Tune-Up. This reduces the charge time of field upgrades by 40%. Now, here's my personal favorite to run in Warzone, because you never know when this is going to easily make your life easier. Quick Fix. Killing players immediately starts your health regeneration. And to top it off, they add on that capturing and holding objectives increases your health regeneration rate. Next perk that is on the list is Kill Chain. Kill streak kills count towards your next kill streaks. Now, this only applies to kill streaks earned this life, not effective when using Specialist. Now, to top that off, that now confirms Specialist is going to be coming back. Now, here's a nice simple one, Hardline, in which case kill streaks cost 1 less kill. That's pretty self-explanatory. Now, here's one that a lot of people tend to use in multiplayer, but you don't really see in Warzone because there's ammo all over the goddamn place, and you can often trade ammo between each other. Scavenger. How Scavenger works is that it allows you to resupply ammo from dead players. Now, whether or not they're going to have it that it'll eventually allow you to restock grenades and such off of dead players, that remains to be seen, but we'll have to wait and see. Then you, of course, have Overkill. Now, what is Overkill? Well, that's pretty simple. Carrying 2 primary weapons. This has been a go-to for a lot of people, specifically in Warzone, because a lot of people like to run an AR SMG run. Some people run the sniper with the sniper support, usually an AR, sometimes an SMG, etc., etc., and etc. Now, this next one. This one's going to confirm a lot of, well, stuff we kind of already knew. Spotter. So we already know how this perk works. It's pretty much allowing you to see enemy equipment, the field upgrades, and kill streaks through walls. You will be able to then mark them for your team by aiming down sight, and you'll be able to hack them. Now, this is the funny thing. The description says hack, and it'll tell you these 4 things that are coming back. Claymores, proximity mines, C4, which I would love to hack someone's C4 and blow it up in their face, and trophy systems. All of those things now coming back. Now, we're going to dive into a little bit of equipment. They gave us a little bit to toy with, but not a lot. The first, of course, is iodine pills, also known as radiation blocker. Now, whether or not this is going to mean that, let's say, some form of gas, you use that and it saves you, that remains to be seen, so we'll hold off on that. Now, this is where things get interesting. Battle Rage. Now, this piece of equipment is going to get interesting. It's described as an experimental stimulant that not only gives you an adrenaline rush, your health regenerates faster, your tactical equipment is resisted, and your tactical sprint is consistently refreshed, meaning you can pretty much run around like a deranged lunatic forever. In other words, this kind of sounds like Dead Silence without being Dead Silence. If they're smart, keep it that way. Now, here's a piece of equipment I haven't seen since Black Ops 1. The tactical camera. A remote-controlled camera that marks enemies. Now, what's better yet is you press the field upgrade button to throw it, and then you press it again to activate it. And whether or not we're going to be able to, let's say, for example, like Rainbow Six Siege, where you can go from camera to camera to camera to camera, in which case people playing S&D are going to definitely want to use that to their advantage to cover every base. Granted, does it make things kind of a camp fest? Yeah, but if you know what you're doing and you can hack people's equipment, you might be in for a rude awakening. Now, this last one. This is the last one I'm going to cover. And these, again, these are the field upgrades. Portable radar. Now, what can I say about the portable radar? Throwing this device emits a periodic radar ping for a short time. In other words, you don't remember the portable radar? you know, you put it on the ground and it showed you where every enemy was, except for the people who were ghosted. So you tried not to look like a dumbass, so you'd go running and hiding and sit in a corner on Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 3 and wait for someone to be just about around the corner, and then you'd pre-fire the shit out of them. Yeah, that's coming back. So with that being said, I want to see that comment section down below. We don't exactly know where these perks are going to line up in regards to perk slot 1, 2, and 3. We also don't know if they're going to alter these perks at any point in time. We also are pretty well aware that there will be more perks that will be added, as well as I'm pretty sure we know the Syntax is probably going to come back. Some variation of the throwing knife, whether it's a throwing knife or a tomahawk, is going to come back. It's kind of a foregone conclusion, kind of like the 1911, the M4A1, and the AK-47. These are things that we've seen in almost every COD and are bound to pretty much see no matter what, as long as it's within the time period. So in that comment section down below, I want you to just tell me, just pick 3 random perks. Which ones are you most excited to use? Is there one that you think is already looking to be overpowered? Is there one that's looking to be underpowered? Out of the field upgrades that I mentioned so far, which one's intriguing the most? Which one's the least intriguing? Do you think that there's anything that I've listed so far that might send us up shit creek without a paddle? So, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment down below. Please, for the love of God, follow the guy who has been leaking this stuff. I do not deserve any of the credit. I am going to leave a link not only to his Twitter, but also to the page where I found all of this information so that you guys can read through it, see all the images, because that man deserves all the credit. I don't deserve shit. I'm just the moron covering the news. So, to all of you out there, you guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever you're doing, do it wholeheartedly. And of course, as always, this is Dank Dan, signing off.
Get them to hit that subscribe button, Dank. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers.
15.
What do the numbers mean, Dank? We're wasting valuable time.